Hey everyone, welcome back. We're here on Saturday, so happy Saturday to everybody. It's preservation time, and so we're going to do a beef stew base. So I've got all my ingredients prepped. I have onions. I'm going to take the cheap way out of the grocery store, use some shredded carrots. I got potatoes over here already cubed up in water, and I got my beef stock on, and I got my beef. Just seasoned it with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, garlic, onion powder, and that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and begin to put my meat in my jars so that we can get this party started. Let's go ahead and just get some meat in each jar. And we're going to just use this as like a starter. And of course, once you pull it from your shelves or you use it, you can go ahead and add in sweet peas toward the end, because I didn't really want to do sweet peas. I'm not a fan of it, but if I would have put it in, I think they would have been in a mushy state from the pressure canning. So yeah, I didn't use those. So now that we've got our beef in, we're going to go ahead and add some onions. So I would say a fourth of a cup of onions, depending on if you like onions. So a fourth of a cup of onions up in here. And of course, I forgot to move my funnel. How about that? So we just want to get that onions in there, because we know onions gives good flavor. I love onions. Garlic is something I do not cook ever without hardly. It'd be just a travesty if I did. All right, now here we go back with our shredded carrots. The same thing, about a fourth to a third cup of those, depending again on any vegetable you could probably use. It just depends on what you want, your family likes. And so I like carrots in ours, so we put the carrots in there. We'll go to this jar. We'll go ahead and add the same amount. And over here in our last jar, fourth cup to a third cup. Now next we're going to go ahead and do some potatoes over here. And so again, I just cubed up potatoes. If you don't want potatoes in there, you don't have to. And stuff, we'll go ahead and start with about a fourth of a cup to a third in there of the potatoes. And this is just something that you can use as a base. Like I said, you can add sweet peas when you take it out from your shelf and you cook it. You can add sweet peas. You can add mushrooms over in there. You can add a little bit of roux to thicken it if you need it thickened from the state that you get it off your shelf. You can do that. Now next we're going to go ahead and top this off with some beef broth that I've had simmering over here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the onions out of the way, and we'll go ahead and get our potatoes. So we have a bit of room here to work with, because as much as I love cooking, this kitchen is small. Do you hear me? I need that big size kitchen to roll with, but I'm believing God. He's going to do it. He's going to open up that way where I will have just as I want. So I'm going to head and move the funnel over here. We're going to head and take this, and this is beef broth. We've been having it just kind of warming on the stove. We're going to go ahead and put it in, trying to leave a 1-inch head space. Okay, we got her ready. So I'm going to pull the funnel from there and go ahead and use my debubbler in here. Okay, move on to the next one. Same thing, 1-inch head space we're filling her to. Get that all good and covered. And again, I don't really flavor the beef base itself as far as the potatoes and all that. So again, when you pull it off the shelf, you can still add whatever seasoning you want in it. The only thing I've done is put garlic, salt, and pepper on the beef itself. So moving right along, 1-inch head space. Beef broth smells delicious. As this is preservation Saturday, I do have my slow cooker going with chicken in it to make chicken stock. And we're going to let that go for about 20 hours to be truthful, to get all the collagen out of the bones. So let's go ahead and get this last one filled. Again, 1-inch headspace. And then we're going to go in with the debubbler. Okay, that's good. Put her back over there. Just going to go ahead and move this. Get the debubbler in there. Make sure we get any bubbles out. Now the next thing we want to go ahead and do is get our white distilled vinegar. And we want to go around the rims of the jars with that to make sure we don't have any cracks or anything on top, and also to clean it off so you don't have any thing that would be on there that would cause it not to seal. So you're just going to, again, wipe around with the white vinegar, ensuring that there's no cracks on your jar. If there is, then you want to go ahead and get your ingredients out of that jar. This just ensures that it does seal. So we got that step done. We'll just move that out the way. Now we're going to go ahead and get our lids on, finger tight. Each lid you want to do finger tight. Don't want to put it on too tight, just finger tight. Get a can there. Let's take a little up. Look at that. So we're going to go ahead and get it into the canner. And over in the Instapot Dual, you can fit up to 4 pints in your Instapot Dual. I have my water in, about filled a fourth of the way up on the jars. So we're going to go ahead and set those in here. Okay, now that we've got our jars in there, the next thing we want to do is add our lid. Okay, let's go ahead and get the lid on. With the sound, we're going to turn it. We're on canning, 1 minute 15 seconds. Let's start it, and we're going to let her do her thing, and we'll be back at the end of the canning process to show you what we got. All right, so now that we got our canner going, I'm going to go ahead and season chicken wings for today's game day. And so, of course, I'm lightly seasoning with my pink Himalayan salt over the chicken wings. And I'm just big on making sure that the food tastes good. Okay, so we got that seasoned. We're going to go in with some chicken seasoning. Just, again, seasoning basically from the air so that it would spread out as it hits your meat, whatever you're seasoning. And I like this chicken seasoning. It's generally very good. There's no salt in it, so that's good. Don't need all that salt, especially the iodized one. So we got that in. Next, of course, garlic powder. You know we can't do anything without garlic powder. We're just gonna sprinkle. I love garlic powder, so we come in with that, sprinkle in each piece. Same over here. A little bit more. Okay, now that we got garlic powder in, we're going to go in with some cracked ground black pepper. So we're just going to go over each chicken with the cracked ground pepper. Now I want to finish it off with the onion salt. Love this. Got this from Trader Joe's. And of course, we don't have a Trader Joe's in Pensacola. So a friend of mine just blessed me very well with all the seasonings I like from there, and I just really appreciate it because I love cooking with it. So I'm going to go in with that, just lightly sprinkling over the chicken, and we're going to do the same process over the next set of chicken. So got the chicken all seasoned. Since I'm not ready to actually go ahead and put it in the air fryer, I'm going to go ahead and cover it with saran wrap, and then we'll put them in the air fryer later. So let me get me some saran wrap. All right, back with my saran wrap. Just gonna go ahead and cover the air fryer pans with that. And then that way that's ready for when I'm ready to pop them in the air fryer. They'll be all set, ready to go. Gives the seasoning time to kind of marry with the chicken. it don't stick to me all first. Go ahead and get that covered, situated. And whenever I do my wings in the air fryer, I always lightly spray the top with either olive oil spray or sometimes avocado oil, coconut oil, whatever spray I have, just lightly spraying them so that they can go ahead and crisp up on the top. So I'll go ahead and pop these in the fridge. And while I'm popping those in the fridge, I'm going to pull out some lettuce for a salad. So I'm gonna make a salad to kind of go along with the wings. So of course, you know, in between, in between game day, you still gotta cook for the regular day. So I'm just gonna do a simple sweet butter lettuce mix, and I'm also gonna add in tomatoes and cucumbers, and we're gonna get that all set up, and that'll go alongside the chicken wings for dinner tonight. So we go ahead and got our lettuce all washed up and put in the salad spinner, and then we got our tomatoes done, and I used some of the Trader Joe's tomato, well, not tomato, but vegetable wash. Love to use this. So of course we had to stock up on that when I was there. So we used that, get the tomatoes all drained, let them be draining. And I'm one of those people that I guess you could say I basically like a chopped salad. I like my salad to be, and matter of fact, I think I want to spin that one more time. I want that lettuce to be good and dry. Yeah, I kind of basically like a chopped salad. I don't like big pieces of leaves in my salad. I want it to be bite-sized. I want it to be able to fit on my fork so that you're not struggling trying to get the lettuce cut with the knife and all that good stuff. You can just go ahead and have it done in bite-sized pieces and ready to go. Yeah, that is much better. And again, this is just butter lettuce, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a chop through here. And butter lettuce, if you don't know, is fairly nice and soft and tender leaves of lettuce. Just a mixture of purple and the regular lettuce, and it has such a nice soft texture to it. Love it. Just love using that for salads. I'm not a big romaine salad person because I don't like, unless I make it, I don't like to have to bite into the stalk or core of the romaine lettuce. I just don't like that. That's not my thing. So I don't do romaine very often unless I take my time and pick through it and get out those hard, stalky pieces, because again, I don't like that. I don't like biting into those. I think it has a bitter taste, and so I just prefer not to. So I don't buy romaine or really do romaine out unless I'm able to be the person that's in there picking through to make sure I don't get all those hard stalks in there, because it's just not a good taste to me, and I do not like it. So I just won't use romaine. I usually always opt out for the butter lettuce. If I do kale salads, which I love kale, but again, kale is a textured salad that when you use it, you need to make sure that you massage it down. It's hard to digest, and so it's best to massage it down. And I find that a lot of restaurants don't do that, and they put the cores in there and everything, and that is not my jam. Let me just dump this. Okay, let's go on and get the cucumbers and tomatoes cut. Move this over. So I get the little small, almost like a pickling type cucumber, so that I can cut it up, and it's washed in the same thing, Trader Joe wash. And the thing about this is the skins are nice and thin, so that you don't have to worry about peeling. You can just go ahead, wash them really good, and you're good to go. You can get them in your salad. You don't have to worry about the skin being too tough or just chewy or what have you, or waxy. It's just a nice, very thin skin. almost like an English cucumber. Yes, you can see I'm chopping everything up. I love a good salad. Get these off in there in our lettuce. Got 2 of these, so we'll go ahead and chop through this cucumber. And salads are so versatile, good for you. The leafy darker greens are going to be the best to use to give you good vitamins out of there. I'm not an iceberg person because it's just fully water. I need something that's going to bring some kind of goodness to the table and vitamins that's going to be good for you. And again, iceberg is just more a water-based lettuce, so therefore it's not doing anything for me, so I don't need it. That's it. So I've got some cherry tomatoes. So what I do is I cut them down the middle, and I'll cut them several times because, again, like I said, I like mine to be bite-sized pieces where you're not fighting no big hunk of tomato trying to get it cut or it's hung out your mouth, not very cute. So I cut my tomatoes, my lettuce, and my cucumbers down. I probably have red onion. If I do, I'll be adding that. I love to add olives to my salad, so I'll add olives on whenever I plate it up when we eat later. My husband is not an olive person, so I don't generally put them in the salad. I'll just use mine on the side, have it on the side. But yes, you want to make sure that you put in, because what I'll do sometimes with my leftover salad is, guess what? It goes in a wrap. Makes a good wrap. Yep. Just get you a wrap, put it in, and you're good to go. So we'll go ahead and get these in here. And yes, I do have a bench scraper. I just did not take it out. So there's that. So we got our cucumbers, we got the lettuce. Let me look. I think I got purple onion. Eureka! Purple onion. So let me wash my cutting board off so I don't get tomato juice in the onion. Onion is another favorite of mine that pretty much don't ever really cook without it. So we're just gonna do some nice little onion rings, and then I usually go back, cross them, and half them so that, again, you're not fighting and having a big old piece of onion hung out your mouth, or you're fighting to get it cut or what have you. So I just make it easy, and I cut it so that it's where you can make it easily mouth manageable. Put the onions in there. Okay. So salad down, chicken wings seasoned. We're well on our way to a good day. Now let's move on to processing our garlic. I like to get trays of garlic or bags of garlic like this, and then I just put them into my mini food processor, and then I just go ahead and blitz them up to make an easy chopped garlic to keep in the refrigerator. That way you don't have to stop and waste time chopping garlic when it's already done. So we'll go ahead and get this in. Let's see. Yes, it takes me a couple tries to get this right because I don't use it very often. So here we go with the blitzing. I do apologize ahead of time. Then I like to stop and I kind of look at it and I'll scrape it down, see if it needs to go maybe just a little bit. Maybe another turn on that. Alright, that's good for me. So this is what it looks like once you get it done. And then all you have to do is transfer it to a bowl. Just take my blade out. Get my little spatula, scrape that down. And that's another project down. So I just go ahead and store it in a jar depending on what I have, because I believe in repurposing, reusing. As high as everything is these days, you just don't have time to always run out and just buy jars for this, jars for that. Not when you're purchasing stuff like pickles and what have you, or this used to be an olive jar. So wash it out, reuse it. Why not? You paid $2 or $3 for it. Why not get full usage out of it? So I repurpose jars. I don't often just spend money to get mason jars to store things in. Again, repurpose those jars when you can. That's all you have to do. So I like to repurpose. I get this in here. It's almost all in here. And then once I get my garlic in my jar, I do like to put olive oil over it. I store it in my refrigerator, and it usually lasts me probably 3 to 4 weeks, because again, I use garlic all the time. It's not just like certain, things, recipes. I use garlic all the time. Oops, didn't know I made a mess over here. And I got the garlic in here. Let's go ahead and get it packed down a little bit. And then I'm just going to take some olive oil and pour over it. And let that just kind of seep down in there. And then I just add my top. And there's my garlic to have in the refrigerator, easily stored to use in recipes as I cook throughout the week. And that takes away one less step for having the chopped garlic. All right, our Instapot is done. So we're going to go ahead and get the jars out. Get your tongs. Oh, look at that. That nice bubble. That's what we want to see. I'll just remove these and I will set them on the side. And again, got a little bubble action going on.
You be telling me?
And I'll get them all out the pot and let them finish processing, and the sound I'll listen for is the ping. And number 4. Looks like we should have had good process. Well, thank you for joining me today along with my cooking antics. And I hope that you saw something you liked. Remember to like and subscribe and share. I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.